All right, so during this part, we're going to take a step away from the news, and we're going to be trying some edibles, and we're going to be doing our high note to wrap out this week. Steve, tell us about some of the edibles that we have in the studio today.
Yeah, so we've got King Bee Cannabis Company, founded by Cole Arisman.
Okay.
He's a beehive grower. You know, he raises bees.
Yeah, very cool. So we tried some of these gummies on the show a couple weeks ago, but they were just the plain honey gummies. So sweetened just with honey. Super duper good. I'm generally not a fan of like honey heavy foods, but what I love about this is you get some of that like rich bold honey flavor. You get a little bit of the floral accents. And so I'm so excited to bust these ones out that come with other flavors in them.
Yeah, 50 milligrams THC. You can take the whole package if you want.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Blueberry lavender. And what's yours?
So this one is raspberry lemonade.
Nice. I like this. I'm excited for Cole. He's got a drinks line. He's got different gummies. He does apparel. He actually printed the Garrison Hempfest bags for me.
Totally.
Yeah. So he's got multiple businesses, and cannabis is a foray of his, and he makes a really good product.
I love it. Well, so I'm excited to bust these open. I mean, which one should we start with today? Do you have a preference?
Yeah, I want to start with the raspberry lemonade.
Let's do it. All right, so we're going to bust this one open here. As you were saying, they're 5 milligrams per gummy piece, classic 50 milligram pack.
Low dose, hemp derived, available at Natrium and, across Minnesota. He's got a good distro model going.
Wow, you've got that wonderful honey color to it, a little bit of that like red hue of the raspberry.
Raspberry lemonade.
I'm excited to give this one a sample here.
Yeah, this is a nice gummy. I like the cube shape. Bingo.
Did we get that on camera?
We did.
Oh my god, that's not a skill of mine. I've been eating edibles for years, so I can't do that.
Yeah, we complement each other well.
Wow, that's really good.
It's a fun gummy. Oh yeah, lemonade spike.
Yeah, right in like the afternote. Like you get the honey, the raspberry sort of on the front end. That lemonade sort of settles in as you eat it a bit more. I like that one. Jordan, what are your thoughts on this?
I agree. I think that the honey is up front, but then it just kind of mellows out into the more citrusy and lemonade. Like I feel like I always go the nostalgia route, but it's like that country time lemonade. Like you pour just too much of it into the pitcher, barely throw water into it, and then just have like a crazy
very
sweet
much so, very much
but
so.
But it's better than that. It's much better than like that.
Well,
overly sugary. It's not sugary.
But
sweet.
The guy who was in the lab formulating that probably pulled from that same reference.
Yeah. I love that it's made with Minnesota honey. What I think is cool about our Minnesota-grown cannabis community is that it's featured so many other Minnesota-grown, Minnesota-made products, items, and honey is one of those that I've really grown to appreciate more recently of some of the Minnesota local honeys, some of the different flavor profiles that you can get in that, and this is the knockout. I like that.
Wouldn't it be cool if the gummy packaging could have MN Grown logos on the back?
Yeah, that would be really cool. I saw a rosin jar with that on it recently, and I was wondering if Minnesota Grown is cool with that being used.
Shut up, Tanner.
Shut up. All right, let's try the next gummy. So next one that we're going to be trying is the blueberry lavender. I'm stoked about this one. I got to be honest, though, because I've said it before on the show.
Yeah.
I'm generally not a fan of lavender,
No.
but I'm excited to give the berry profile of this a try. Let's go ahead and bust into this. All right. An entirely different color to this one.
Okay. As I was expecting, but where I'm hoping is that the blueberry overpowers the lavender here.
Yeah. All right.
Should we try 2 for 2?
Yeah, let's see if we can do it.
Oh, just on
Not a lavender guy.
No, guess not.
And people aren't even going to know that's like the 5th take that we've done of them. No, I'm just kidding. Wow.
That's good. That's really good. So I was working at Superior Molecular when these products got developed.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want to shout out Ian Laska.
Okay.
He's the R&D formulator who is really in tune with flavors and has ran the lab there and is a great guy. And so I think he knocked both of them out of the park.
Yeah. Yeah, that blueberry on that one I really, really love. That's a nice nice note to it.
It is.
The
It's
lavender
juicy.
comes sort of at the end.
I think I prefer the lemonade one. Like the lavender. I usually like blueberry. I usually like lavender. But
Yeah.
the lavender is kind of like, potpourri, like
Yeah.
like something you'd go into somebody's great aunt's bathroom and there would be like
Yeah.
some arrangement that would, it's kind of giving me that like potpourri type.
I totally agree with that.
Floral note.
I don't know if I need lavender in my gummies. So yeah, that
Agreed.
raspberry one is the one that I would go to 9 out of 10 times.
But we're just
But I
three
do like
guys.
it.
But
Yeah.
we're just three guys. What do we know?
Absolutely. And I know so many people that would say, wow, blueberry lavender, like that's so floral, that's so light. That's really like a nice sort of, it's not like a heavy gummy.
Yeah.
And that's to each their own. I dig it.
So you like raspberry lemonade gummies
Yep.
and citrus terps.
Yep.
Makes sense.
He's a sweet guy. He's just a sweet guy.
It's what I do. It's what I do.
Tanner Bears.
Tanner Bears, he likes his sweet terps. Wow. Well, those were good. Thanks, King B, for those gummies. That raspberry one, I'm definitely gonna have to come back to. The original one that we had, all gone, all gone already.
For
So,
sure. I mean, you can pick these gummies up at Dabbler Depot, and you can find King B at our holiday party.
yeah, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Wow. Well, guys, that's all that we had before our high notes for this week. People know the high notes. This is how we end out our every episode. Things that we've been thinking about, something we saw during the week, something that we've been just, want to bring into the studio.
Yeah.
Generally not cannabis related, but sometimes
Inspired.
it is. Yeah.
Inspired.
Cannabis inspired. There we go. Jordan, I feel like we generally make you go last. And I never want to be the guy who's just like always making you go last.
It's okay. With the last name I have, it's a
Swing and a whip.
late in the alphabet, as they would say. So I'm used to kind of pulling up the rear end of things.
I would
my whole
say
life.
how I empathize with that, but my last name starts with B, so fuck you from the front.
Kick rocks, bud.
We'll go alphabetical.
Yeah, there we go. So what are you thinking about? What do you think about this week?
Well, I could go a couple different directions. Both are media related in terms of I have a show recommend. I'll let you guys pick a show
Okay.
recommendation or a question about video games.
Hit us with the show recommendation, and
yeah.
if we make it all the way around,
Yeah, we'll come back to the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the show recommendation. Are you guys familiar with the work of Guy Ritchie, the director Guy Ritchie?
yes.
I don't know if I am, so fill me in. Who is?
He's a English director. His style of filmmaking is he's like Steve. Would you say he's like the English Tarantino?
Yes.
Okay.
Like very fast paced use of split screen, like use of like handwriting on the screen as like graphics. At, like,
Okay, cool.
all right, here's the plan. Step one, and like yellow pen starts like coming up, and like it's a pretty stylized way of storytelling. But
He married Madonna at one point.
Oh, that's
I think
exciting.
so.
Okay,
I think
very
so.
cool.
Good pull. Nice.
Holiday.
He has recently, it's not like new, but on Netflix, he's done a TV version of kind of the same universe as one of his movies that came out a few years ago called The Gentleman. And it's basically about where old family money England meets dirty underground gang world
Okay.
England. And
That sounds hot.
it's a super fun story that is very, very tightly connected to cannabis and the industry of cannabis, and in the context of the English underworld.
Where can we find it?
That's on Netflix, called The Gentleman.
Okay.
My partner, who generally doesn't love like action and guns and gang and blah blah blah, she's in it because I think just the Guy Ritchie storytelling component like keeps her locked in, and so we've been watching that while I'll go outside, have a smoke, she'll have a small little gummy, and we'll just fall into that world of old world money meets new cannabis industry money, and it's a pretty interesting story. That's about all I can say without giving much any importance away. So
I'll have to give it a watch.
Yeah.
it's very fun. I think hour-long episodes, probably 8 episodes. So
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds
So
like a
far-
weekend binge.
So far, just one season. Obviously, I think it came out over the fall, late summer, early fall. But
We're on season 2.
we're beating
The Gentleman.
them. Yeah.
Yes.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. Well, I'll check that one out. Gentlemen on Netflix. We'll give
Yes.
it a go. Steve, what have you been thinking about this week? What is your high note of sorts?
Yeah, I mean, Netflix is cool, but have you ever been to a live show?
Have I ever been to a live show, like a live music show?
Yeah,
or-
like a concert?
I've heard of them.
No,
but-
I mean, you've been to concerts, but have you seen the prices of concert tickets lately?
It is bonkers.
I think I know where you're going with this.
How high would you be willing to sit knowing you have to pay over $100 to go see Kendrick Lamar and SZA? How high? How high? Would you be willing to sit in section 338? I mean, ticket prices are out of this world. They're double what they used to be.
Yeah. So that means if I'm bringing someone with, I'm looking at like $250.
Quadruple. There you go. Yeah. So you're not two people a date. I mean, this is just to get in the door is over $300 with fees. I mean, shout out to Amy Klobuchar. She's trying to get those fees down, but we're looking at over $300 to go to SZA. And the reason why I bring it up, April 19th, it's the day before 420. 420 falls on Easter this year.
Oh yeah.
This is a stadium tour, which Drake has never done. Kendrick Lamar is doing a stadium tour with SZA. It kicks off at US Bank Stadium. So I'm not just like, oh, Kendrick Lamar. You know, it's like, no, Minneapolis is the start of the stadium tour. Rappers don't usually do stadium tours. This is big. This is Taylor Swift big. And he's bringing SZA, which is a great push and pull. SZA opens for Kendrick Lamar. I just don't know if $135 to sit in the nosebleeds is worth it. But I have a plan. I'm going to go to the show,
Okay.
but I won't tell you how. I have to work on it.
Steve's gonna get a job at US Bank Stadium.
He's just walking around with his little sweeper and brush.
I have a friend that got a job at the Twins Stadium
Yeah.
because he liked to watch Twins games,
Yeah.
but didn't like paying for them. He's like, I'll walk around and sell popcorn.
I have the same friend.
Wow.
Shout out Johnny.
Hey, shout out to Johnny. But what's the word of the year this year?
Oh yeah. All right. So I was really excited to bring this one in. For people that don't know, Oxford, yes, the dictionary. Every year they look at the cool new words of that year and try to pick what is the word of the year. Like what really defines 2024. Now I'm pulling up the list of the short list of what they thought the word of the year should be.
Ooh, I haven't heard this.
So it's been decided. Do you guys know what the word of the year is yet?
Feminine.
All right, so here we go. We're going to read off the 6 words, and I want you guys to tell me what you think it is. So here are the 6. Lore, like the lore, the story behind something. Romantasy,
That's kind of what you were saying.
the genre of fiction combining elements of romantic fiction and fantasy.
Kembob hash pants.
There we go. Slop, art that is considered like bad, low-key, made by AI.
Slop.
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 Yep. Dynamic pricing.
Is that hyphenated?
Nope, just
2 words.
demure.
Oh.
Very mindful. Very demure.
Very demure.
And then brain rot. What do you guys
Oh,
think
God.
the 2024 word of the year
Let's pick our top 3.
is?
Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out demure. Is in.
You want
All right.
Demure?
I don't know if I want it.
So you
but-
take 3, I'll take 3.
Okay.
I'm going to take brain rot.
Okay. I think I'll take slop.
I'll take dynamic pricing.
What was the first one?
The first one that I read off was lore.
I'll take that as my third spot.
And the last one is
Romantasy.
Romantasy.
I'll take romantasy.
Any day of the week.
So who had brain rot again?
Steve did.
There
Steve
you go. Brain rot. The 2024 word of the year. The supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, especially viewed as a result of the overconsumption of material considered to be trivial or unchallenging.
Yeah.
So you're just watching too much online content. Your brain's rotting away.
Yeah, that's
Is there like some ironic joke in here somewhere? There's got to be. I can't find it though.
There's got to be something.
The fact that brain rot is the word of the year.
So we're just going to quick hammer off 2023 word of the year, Riz. 2022,
Oh, no.
Goblin Mode. 2021, Vax. And then 2020 was words of an unprecedented year.
Yes.
Unprecedented year
Yep.
was the word of
2020.
2020. Well, guys,
sounds like Gen Z had a hand in a lot of these.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing a trend here.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a trend here.
the fucking kids and all these words that they're saying, all the brain rot. Ugh. Yeah. Demure actually goes back a really long time.
Right.
1400s.
Yeah, that's an old-fashioned word.
Yeah, demure apparently goes back to Oxford English Dictionary that came out in 1377. All right, this is
Really?
a tangent that we don't need to go into, but yeah. That was the first time it referred to the sea being calm. The sea was very demure.
My friend opened a bar this summer, and it's called Wild Child, and their opening cocktail list had very mindful, very demure as an option on their cocktail
I
list.
love that.
What's in that one? Do you remember?
It was very mindful.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Very demure. Well, guys, that's all that we've got for today. That was an incredible episode. There was a lot of news that we covered. There was
Shout
a
out
lot
to
of
Millstagrams.
Ash that we did. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to King B for the edibles that we had in here today. Let's give one more time for people that are still listening. We've got a party coming up. We're throwing a party. Do you remember the 20th of December from 4 to 8 p.m.? Yeah. There's lots of covers we could do. All of them to tell you guys. December 20th, 4 to 8 p.m. here at the Dabbler Depot. You guys can actually get tickets for that today. You do have to register for that. Go to our website. We'll drop that link in the show notes. You can click on that, get your ticket. We want you to come on down, get some raffle tickets, have a good time, maybe walk away with a Strokes and Bickle device. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Thanks to Dabbler Depot, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Northern Lights is a Minnesota Cannabis College production. This episode was produced by me, Tanner Barris, and by Steve Eigenman and Jordan Whiff. Production assistance from Marcus Harkis, Shayna Payton, and John Barty. Video and audio recording at the Dabbler Depot studio by Jordan Whiff. The information provided in this podcast does not, and is not intended to, constitute legal advice, but is instead for general information purposes only. No listener should act solely on the basis of information provided without first seeking advice from their own legal counsel. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Minnesota Cannabis College. Please listen responsibly.